All right, guys, this is your boy Lago One Half Endure. I'm back at it with another video. Now, this is a video by Erloli Altori. I do like this YouTuber, but again, sometimes people say stuff that I don't agree with, so I'm gonna call it out. So I don't say she's a bad person. I've seen a lot of her videos to know she's not a bad person. She mostly will agree with most of us gamers. But again, some people take certain takes certain ways. I'll not watch the video, but I like what she said. It's not Nintendo's fault, it's our fault. Basically what I would say, gamers, it is our fault. A company will only work the way they want to do to get money. Now, if you're if a company's primary goal is to make you a consumer, to buy whatever you want without just. I say be a customer. That's why I separate the both. Be a customer. Choose what you want. If that company you don't like it and it's pissing you off, like Nintendo, do not buy their console. You have enough games. There's enough games out there to play. Now some of the stuff is gotta be funny, but enough games out there to play. So do that. So anyway, let's hear what she got to say, and I'll jump in. And if she says something really outrageous, I'll say it. But again, I don't have I like a Nintendo or whatever. I don't have really like a wizard a gripe against her. But I've not watched the video, so let's see what happens. It's a long video. I don't know if I'll get all of it done in there because I'm at work. I'm doing this, but let's see.
2 was announced. Honestly, I had zero excitement for it. I already have the Switch, but why would I get excited for something that barely innovates anymore? Why would I get excited for something knowing that?
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna talk about the whole innovate bull crap. That one, not for that because of her, but other people are saying Nintendo is a shell of itself. It's not the same company. Blah 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 blah. They don't innovate. Again, so let's be honest. Super Mario World was not an innovation. It was an upgrade to Mario 3. They took it and they upgraded. Mario Galaxy had a little innovation. Mario 64 had a little innovation into it, whatever. Can you think it different? I would say Mario Wonder is an innovation compared to New Super Mario Brothers. Because it adds so much different things. But we got to be careful about our word innovation. Speaking, let me just see. Let me see what. Let me look at the word. Can everybody innovate? Let me see. Innovation. Let me look at the meaning of innovation. Because I want people saying that like it's a thing. Innovation. Definition of innovation per Google. Okay, that's not what I said. Google do it. Crave. Innovation. I literally click on that. Jeez. Innovation can be best defined as a process of creating something new or significantly improving on existing product, service, method, or idea, leading to a positive impact or value of creation. The process often involves novelty, application of new solutions to meaningful problems, and creative value. Okay, when Nintendo tried to do a lot of innovate, the Wii U was innovative. Y'all pissed and shit on it. The Switch came out that was not tethered to a console. Now and then y'all like, oh, this is the greatest thing to slice bread. But then everybody's like, oh, it's behind PlayStation and Xbox. It's not powerful. 720p screen. Come on, Nintendo, you could do better than that. And it's like a couple of my guys said before in um, I can't keep on forgetting your name, P. But I gotta forget it. But a couple people in the comments who have been with me saying that you want this, this, and this, and this, and they want it for $250. How that work? And he's so correct. if a phone is, and I think she'll get into that too. And this is one of those things where people make an argument, and then and of course they counter argue their own self. Not saying, hey, to my counter argument. If people say that, I understand. Like, I see where they're coming from. So I get this point, but most people just contradict themselves a lot.
I'm going to be paying even more money for games that aren't even as good in quality and storyline as they used to be. I'm more excited.
Really? Again.
To find older games that I've never played before on older consoles.
Well, go ahead and buy that and don't buy Nintendo Switch. It's quite simple.
That I didn't even know existed, or ones like Monster Rancher that I absolutely
Yeah,
love. Then to
play
just
old
sit here
stuff.
and be okay with the newer consoles offering stuff that they're saying we should be excited over, especially when a lot of those are just reported games. So this picture is
Nobody said that. And again, the whole thing with reported games pissed me off. And not again, when people say that, it's like, y'all say Nintendo don't want to give us old games or blah blah blah, so you emulate to steal from them. Okay, but then when they give you the game with improvements, some improvements, not all of them, don't get me wrong. I think Twilight Princess and the Wii is better than Twilight Princess HD, but again, just giving you an example, and that's why I say I didn't buy it. See, that's why maybe that's what I'm talking to myself. It's so weird because there you go. I didn't buy Twilight Princess. It was gifted to me. I didn't buy it. I didn't buy Twilight Princess HD. I've never played Twilight Princess HD. I played the Wii version of the game, and I still play the Wii version of the game because I like it with the remote and everything. There you go. You don't have to buy the updates. If you want to play Super Mario RPG, go find a console or get a Nintendo Switch online and get that, or get a Super NES Mini, and you play Super Mario that if you want to do it. If you don't like the upgrade version of Nintendo, they give you that, and y'all, I don't understand that. Even as much as Last of Us, as much as I don't care for Neil Druckmann and his crap. And they've remastered that game 4 or 5 times. The Last of Us 4 or 5 times. I wouldn't buy it. I played the first one, I think on the PlayStation 4, when it first got remastered. See it, good, all right. Never touch the game again. One's more cinematic than plain, so it just doesn't go with me for fun play. But yeah.
Around, and it's exactly one of the reasons why I have a problem with the console industry right now. Nintendo is known for being an innovator, and in some ways they still are. But I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I feel as though they've fallen behind, and they've stayed behind for a very long time. It kind of puts me in mind of
the falling behind of what? Apple users gets new revelation features which Android had for years. Yeah.
The iPhone or Apple.
That's different. What are you talking about? What? Other than graphics and power, that's the only thing. They always had something that becomes normalized. Again, you want me to go through all? I didn't even go through all the list of games of game features that Nintendo have normalized and made a critical part of gaming. Without Nintendo, a lot of stuff wouldn't be what it would have been. But again, it's so weird how they do this. Nintendo is not the Apple in your style you're gonna bring up, man. Nintendo is the Android, and then the Apple becomes whatever. Yes, because again, yes, there always was remote controller. There was controller that had rumbles in it, but they're the one who made it way better and plugged it in and make it so good. And other people say, "Well, Apple did that too." I'm like, to some things, and in some cases they did. In some cases they did. In some cases they did not. But I know where she's gonna go with this, so let's just go ahead.
That regard, the iPhone used to be a thing that everybody wanted. It was sleek, it was polished, they were innovating, and then Steve Jobs bit the dust. And it's like the brain behind the vision just collapsed, and now Android is lapping them. You got a lot of iPhones the same price as flagship Androids, or even more. And when you see them showcase new features, these features that have been out for many, many years in Android, iPhone is out here pretending as though it's a brand new thing. Hey guys, I know you're paying so much money just for the quarter-eaten apple on the back of your device, but now you can finally drag and drop. You're welcome. Give us $2,000. Then you have companies like Nintendo doing that incremental shift and releasing consoles with very mild upgrades that are still far behind compared to other consoles and expecting you to pay hand over fist for it. And
See what I'm talking about? Hand over fist of what? Did you buy the PlayStation 5, my dear? Because you're a gamer. And they weren't cheap. And only thing they're behind on is graphics. That is it. That's all they're behind on. They do other stuff, but that's the only thing they're behind on is graphics. And that's the problem.
no, it wasn't because of the tariffs, because the president himself of Nintendo
We know
America
that,
came
yes.
out and claimed that the tariffs were not factored into the pricing.
No,
Now we're
of course
sitting
not.
here on April 2nd. It just so happens as we're recording this, the president of the United States right now is announcing his tariffs. You and so many other executives are pulling their hair out, trying to figure out how do I price my products. How did that come into play as you're deciding how to price the Switch 2 here in the United
No.
States?
Yeah. As we price the Switch 2, the price we announced today of $449 for the single SKU, we didn't consider tariffs into that equation. We felt that that was going to be the right price point for our consumers and the right value proposition, if you will, for the device that we're creating.
So there you go, and I figured
Exactly. So before she says something stupid, just saying, before you say something stupid, this is the part, like just like what Peter said. I'm sorry, I'm using your real name, dude, but I don't want to mess. They know who you is. But it's like you said, you want 4K graphics, you want 120 frames per second, frames per second, and yes, you're not. All games are not gonna get there. I know that. But you want 4K graphics. 120 frames per second. You could take your tablet and you play the game and walk any way you want on this green earth for 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I know, 5 hours to play your game. But then, if you want to, you could plug it up to your TV and have fun with it and all that stuff. You want all this stuff. You want Nintendo games, but you want the old stuff. But you don't want to play it online. You want all this stuff for $250? Huh? It's just like I said, the weird part.
if that was an actual variable, I'm pretty sure he would have rather used as an excuse to take some of the heat off of them. The thing is, companies like Nintendo have gotten so high off of smelling their own farts because people, we, the audience, have told them for so long, hey, your farts smell so divine, even when they emit one.
Okay, now little girl, you starting to annoy me. Like I said, it could go that route. Their farts are who does that and think that's for person who think high and mighty. Nintendo never thought that. Sony, like I said, Sony never thought that. And you were like, oh, come on, like Sony never thought that. You choose to buy the PlayStation Pro and pay extra money for the cartridge, for the disc, and the stand. You choose that. You don't have to smell the farts, as he calls it. You choose it. So I disagree with you on that, young lady. What the hell? Stupid.
They're so disgustingly putrid that they hang in a room like a second atmosphere even long after they leave it. And you know what? I always hold to one principle, or hold on to my one principle, right? And it's something.
Oh, let's hear this shit, because I could guarantee you, I could, well, you know what? Let me keep my mouth shut. One principle. Let's see what this principle is. Let's see, my dear.
That you have to consider as well as a human being or whoever you are living on the earth. People treat you how you allow them to treat you. I've echoed this.
Okay, I agree with you. People treat you a lot how they treat you. You're correct. You're 1,000% correct. And that's why I say gaming. The reason why gaming got the way it is because gamers, majority of them, not me, not a couple people, maybe not you, but majority of gamers speak with their wallets and say, hey, we want always online. We want live services. We want digital only. They outpaid us. So what am I gonna bitch about now? They've been doing that since 2012. Like I keep on saying, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna keep on doing what I'm doing. Be a customer and buy what I like. Not gonna argue the other point like y'all are arguing. This rage bait of Nintendo for this last 2 months has been crazy.
Even in the entertainment industry, with the roles that actors take in similar situations, but even more so than that, people treat you how you also treat yourself. If you've shown people that you'll eat slop, that you'll lick up the crumbs desperately that they had picked out of their ass crack and thrown into your face and thank them for their generosity, that's on you. And then if other people dare to point that out and make you aware of how you're being taken advantage of and you're making yourself look like a freaking idiot,
That's not your job. That's not your job. That's not anybody's job. If you're, I would let it slide for one time. Hey, don't eat. But let's go back. A guy who's older than me told me this a long time ago, and he's correct. If you look over your fence to your neighbor's yard, and you see your neighbor eating the dog's poo, you don't got nothing else to say to that person. They cannot comprehend what you're comprehending. Write it off. So that's the situation here. If that's what you're thinking, young lady, that's it. You say it once, but after that, it's done. It makes no sense because then they're going to keep on doing it anyway.
how do you turn around and then get mad at those people and say they're being haters and grifters? Really crazy world we live in. There are people that are so used to being economically abused that they will see these big corporations doing this and not even recognize it. But they'll have such a wicked case of Stockholm Syndrome that if anybody points it out, not even really personally to them, but if someone speaks up about what's going on and they don't have Stockholm Syndrome and they're like, hey, I want to get off this ride. I want you to stop treating me like this. The people who have economic Stockholm Syndrome,
Then you just do. Again, what stops you, chick? What stops you? You just do. When Gillette did that stupid thing with and went woke and all that stuff and have like shaving for men and everything other than all that stuff, you know what I do? I made a video on my radio show. I did a video show about it. Never talk about it again. Never bought the product again. You just do that. When Tyson did what they did with the chicken food and kicked out people who worked and then put illegals in there, I have not bought a Tyson chicken product. I know there are a lot of products in there, but I don't buy the Tyson chicken product unless products. I don't. I go to my local food market, my local store, and I basically, it's funny enough, it is cheaper to buy it from the butcher than the stuff in most cases, because they have like some days where they try to get rid of the meat because they know whatever, like you can get a good Tuesday special as they call it. Yeah, that's what I do. I find out when do you guys switch over your meats, whatever, and he said this day and I go there, whatever. That's how you do it. That's say together to class, that's a customer. Be a smart customer. Freaking hell.
will just outright attack those people who aren't even paying attention to them and start some kind of crusade against the people who are really criticizing the proverbial economic captors.
That's not your job.
That's how you know someone is far gone. So anyway, because the populace has gotten used to just accepting everything that's given to them for the sake of comfort, corporations have started leaning into this. And why would they not take advantage of you when time and time again you have allowed them to? I'm not saying that they're not wrong for what they're doing, but they're just taking advantage.
Again, there you go. You prove my point. You prove my point.
Of a system that we've allowed to work for them. I always like to use the analogy of a toxic partner. You see, the thing is, you've been with Nintendo for a long time, right? Like Nintendo's the guy, you're the girl. And let's say Nintendo is your husband, whatever. And you supported them when they were broke. You fall in love, you support them through bad times. They support you. They entertain you. They've got your back. You got theirs, right? Like, there's nobody like Nintendo. Nintendo is your poppy. Then Nintendo starts to get really popular. They start bringing in money, and at first, Nintendo's like, baby, I got you. I'm going to treat you. Now that I have all this money, we're going to create things we've never created, go places, right? We're going to do things we've never done. Then you notice that the money starts to change them, and because they have all that money, they have all that prestige, they start giving you the bare minimum because, well...
Here we go with that. Oh, you guys gonna hear about this whole bare minimum thing, and another video's coming up. Oh, it's already done passed now because I think. Do you remember that bit? Low expectations. Here's the thing: if the guy act like an ass, chick, I leave him. You know that? Because I've done it in real life. When when a woman did that to me, you know what I did? Bye bye. So why can't you do the exact same bullshit? Bye bye. I wasted 70 years of my life trying to make a woman happy. And I found out I couldn't make the bitch happy. So you know what I did? Bye bye. It's so weird. You have a choice. If the guy is Nintendo is treating you like a jerk, you walk away. The fuck? Oh my God, people! I swear this stupid thinking of some people. You walk away. You don't stand there and take this shit. It's not they're gonna realize they made a mistake or they don't. I got one life to live. I ain't got a time to waste with all that bullshit.
According to them, they're the ones enriching your life, right? Nintendo's the one that's more important than you. You must always be there for Nintendo, but
What?
if you ask them for a iota of your time, nope, that's not allowed. Nintendo forgets that it needed you there to supply their dream so they could make it a reality.
Your analysis is stupid. I'm sorry. Again, I like you when you talk about the movies and all the stuff that you. This one is stupid. Nintendo. I walk away from Nintendo. That's all it is. Why is that so hard? Why is that so hard? You walk away from Nintendo. If you're stupid enough to stay, if you stupid enough to stay in a relationship that's that broken, you deserve to get what you get. Like you said in your video, it's not Nintendo's fault. It's ours. That's it. Use your own video line there.
You're only catering to this imaginary consumer base that will just bend over backwards no matter what, and that ain't you anymore. They've forgotten that it's a you help me situation, I help you situation. So they
No,
start to manipulate
that's not how it
you
works.
and gaslight you into thinking they're actually helping you out or being a good partner,
my
when
God,
in
this is a
fact,
horrible
they're giving you
example.
dick. Oh, sorry, no, they're not giving you that. They're not even giving you that, right? You want that, but they're so busy doing the bare minimum because they know you'll just take them back. They'll kick you around and you'll come home. As long as he puts it down once in a while, after everything is horrible, in a sea of things.
I will say something that's sexist, misogynist, whatever. I don't care. I am a married man, just like she's a married woman. There's a reason why a lot of women do not do certain type of jobs than men, and God made us different. Holy shit! This analogy is so asinine, and only a woman would come up with this analogy. Only a woman would come up with an analogy. If you treated me like shit, I'm walking the fuck away. The frick. Oh my God. That analogy is ass. If you treated me like, you see, and that's the whole point, my dear. If the console is not what you like, don't buy it. If you nobody will ever defeat the simple concept, as I said. If you like it, you buy it. If you don't like it, don't buy it. Why is that so hard? Why is that so freaking hard?
That don't even matter. It's akin to Nintendo saying, you should be grateful. Aren't I wonderful? I didn't smack you in the mouth today. Praise me.
Yes, that's what Sony did, Xbox did, PC did, all that other stuff did, and Nintendo. And people didn't say nothing about Sony, Microsoft, and all that stuff until now when shit's getting crazy. Look at right now, Grand Theft Auto's done that to y'all. And 100 million views later, people are gonna buy Grand Theft Auto for maybe $90 or $100. Even if it's $70, I don't care. You're gonna still buy it. And they might put the shark cards and all that stuff. According to what Grum said, their budget was $2 billion for the game. They're gonna make their fucking money back. So miss me with the bullshit, chick. Seriously, I figured when it comes to certain topics, certain people could do good things. You're good in the movies, you're good in the animes, and sometimes you're good in the games. This thinking that you're doing right now, No, this ain't it.
You, because of the little sad, desperate, loyal fan that you are, still have faith in them.
You shouldn't. You're a customer. If they fuck you over, you don't give them money. It's not a hard concept.
You're so used to seeing them go downhill. When you see that one iota of hope, you kneel before them and say, "You're doing so wonderful, you're changing, I guess I'll stay." Or, all the bad times, nothing compared to the one day I have when you don't smack a bitch up. And then Nintendo just turns to the camera, breaks the fourth wall, and says, "Stupid bitch. No matter what I do, she'll always take me back." That's kind of the situation that's going on with Nintendo and a lot of corporations. The gaming industry, franchises, entertainment industry, music industry, just entertainment in general. Everything can fall under that.
Not all probiotics are made the same. Seeds DSO1 helps you.
It's not even just entertainment though.
Oh my goodness. This is what you call bullshit here. Okay. I don't know where you're coming with your asinine stuff like that. Like, yeah, corporations doing this. Whoopee! Wow, you found it out. Look what we're going on with politics. Politics is just as that, and it changes your lives. And people still do the exact same thing, even though they literally see how crazy it has done to them. So, my dear, no.
It's also products, subscriptions.
Well, for the companies, if you can transform everything to some form of subscription service.
To this vision where we move.
And that's why I never bought this shit. The only subscription I have basically is the recurring payment. Is I have a subscription to my power because I need power. Fuck it, I ain't nothing I can do it. I have a subscription to my house because I need to pay my mortgage. I need a subscription to my internet because I need the internet to do certain things. I have a subscription to, but if you're talking about like subscription, I would say, to be honest with you, my door lock is a subscription. Amazon, can we use Amazon Prime as a subscription? Is a subscription. I'm not gonna say that. Do I need it? No, I do not. But I choose to take it. What else is a subscription that I pay? That's like, something that's not really needed in that regard. Thinking. Oh, and Nintendo Online, which I already talked about that, and we talked how that is. Nintendo Online. That's the subscription that I have. Yeah. There's no game I'm playing. I'm playing a game right now that is online services and subscription. I'm telling you right now, that's what it is. I have not spent one flipping penny in that game because I'm trying to do it the hard way. And sometimes I win and sometimes I lose. But if you think I'm gonna spend money to get better characters and all that stuff like that, nah, wrong person. Fun game, I am not denying, but I'm not paying for jack squat. Not at all. The only game I played like that and it was kind of cool and I respect it was Rusty's Real Deal Baseball. We had to, you deal and you figure out how to get the money and stuff like that. That was fun. And I'll say, you call me a hypocrite in that report, but that's the only game I did that did that kind of stuff. Not a game I played like that. I am not paying a daggone subscription monthly, whatever, to play video games or live services and all that bull crap. And that's the point again. You have a choice. So my choice is to not do what that was.
From ownership to access.
We're not buying things anymore. We're not buying products. We're not buying stuff. We don't buy DVDs. Instead, we subscribe to services like.
I buy DVDs. I didn't subscribe to. Well, my wife got Netflix and stuff like that. But if I see a movie that I like, I'm buying it DVD. I have a DVD collection for that. Spotify. Most of the music I play right now is garbage. The ones that I really like, I've bought them and I have them. I have the actual disc. Like DMX 1, 2, 3, Eminem. I mean, talking about the albums, all the way up to the Eminem show. I have all those albums in my house, so I could play and I make my own Spotify for free. I have my own server system. I got Initial D and everything on that, so I could like watch it whenever I want. Anime DVDs, the same thing. I'm not paying for none of that stuff.
If I literally buy software and install it and deal with the servers instead of be subscribed to things like
Exactly. Now, oh yeah, I was saying, let's put it. It'll be what do you call it? Not VPN, but it's part of the VPN. Online security. I have an online security. I buy every year. Now I don't buy it at the price they want me to. I buy it less than that because there's a way to do it. I'm not gonna tell you, but there's a way to do it to get it cheaper, and that's what I do to get it cheaper. But again, I get that. I choose that. That's my point. But like my music software, they want to charge certain thing to run it. That software is like $5,000, whatever. So you know what I did? You know what I did, ma'am? I just bought the damn thing for the $5,000 a couple years ago, so I never had to pay software update and software and subscription bull crap. So they could take away stuff. Because I remember the part where I would use a certain type of part. So that software, I literally had to. They have something called mastering, okay? Because I'm doing music, talking about music. They're mastering suites where they update stuff like that. I rather pay the $20 instead of paying the $500 suite that they do in the subscription setup. So I paid for the whole software one shot, and I paid the $20 and stuff like that again. If I need to update software. If I don't need to update software, I'll leave it alone. That's what's going on right now with gaming, and I don't know. It's ridiculous. Let me get to this last point because I'm gonna get to a point right now where I have to like cut it off and call it part one. Let me see.
Salesforce and Google. How far can this business model go?
In 2022, BMW tried locking heated seats in their new vehicles behind a subscription paywall for $18 a month. The components for these heated seats were already installed into the vehicles, but BMW placed a block on the software to prevent functionality of this feature. Now instead of
So why would I buy a BMW if that's the feature?
having to pay for this feature up front when selecting a new vehicle, they tried locking it behind a microtransaction. It wasn't just heated seats though, because of course you're going to want the heated steering wheel too.
They figure if everyone is doing it and we provide something that they don't have any choice but to get, they'll just keep paying for it forever just to have access. We got them.
Got them. We fucking got them.
Okay. Yeah. And again, I would never buy a BMW if they do it. I look at their competitors, Lexus, Audi, I'm just in the name brand of Acura. And if they don't do that and they make a car that I like, I'll go that route. Again, your customer, make that choice. But anyway, yeah, we only had 7 minutes of this video, so it'll be too long. So this is part one. I'll get back to this. You'll be a part 2 and maybe a part 3. But just getting you, this is gonna be crazy. We already don't see how crazy this is gonna be. So again, you people who I agree with most of the time, and that's why I said you won't even agree with me all the time. So yeah. Alright. Anyway, I'll catch y'all next time. Remember, there's no perfect games out there. It's perfect to use, not perfect to me. What's perfect to me is not perfect to you. Simply enjoy games on all consoles, including PC. Catch you for part 2.